Hey y'all. I'm waiting for some people to come in. I gotta look up something real quick. Hey Mama Three. Hey Miss Sunshine. How you doing, beautiful? How y'all doing? What's going on? Hey Niecy. What's going on, beautiful? What is good, Mama Three? What's going on? I hope I have some of my mods in here. Mama Three, I think are you a mod? If you're a mod, go ahead and put the disclaimer in the chat for me. Go ahead and put the disclaimer in the chat for me. Hey, sis, what's going on, Miss Fee? The real Miss Fee, the realest. What's up, cousin? I love you. Hey, did you get your package? Make sure you got your package. I'm going to check the tracking to make sure that you got your package. Now, y'all know this is a positive channel, but today we just going to get a tad bit messy, okay? Just a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. Okay. I'm going to try to keep it. I'm going to just try to keep it how I'm going to keep it. Okay. Yeah. Now, I've been off the radar for about a week or so. You know what I'm saying? Because, sister got things to do. She trying to brand and do other stuff and recording and filming and doing this and trying to create new product. So it's going to be a little messy. Okay. And I've been trying to catch up on my lives because I've been checking out my sisters and my cousins. I said cousins, my cousin and my sisters. So I'm not going to do a side by side. So this is my own opinion. I do see you exclusive. I see you. Hey, Oliver fam. What's going on? Peacock on the run. What's up? I love these names. What's up, Reese Cup? How you doing? Hey, Miss Daisy. Thank y'all for coming in here. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Miss Alicia. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming in here. Okay, it's going to be a little tad bit messy. Now, y'all know y'all see my title. It says, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. If that makes any sense. How you doing? Hold on, this is my other phone. Thank y'all for coming in here. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Miss Alicia. Hey. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Saving your image. What is an image, right? Can somebody tell me in the chat what is an image? And just for purposes, image. I'm going to look up image real quick, y'all. Okay. So when I pull up image, it says a representation of the external form of a person or thing in art, right? Or the general impression that a person, organization, or product presents to the public, right? An image is, to me, going by the definition, but an image, I feel, is something that you try to have people view you in a certain type of light, right? I also looked up poly relationships. I looked that up, and because I am a transparent person. Hey, Octavia, how's everything going? I actually thought about getting into a poly relationship, right? So I looked it up, and it said A polyamorous relationship or poly relationship involves having romantic relationships with more than one person simultaneously with the informed consent of all involved. Let me read that again. A polyamorous relationship or poly relationship involves having romantic relationships with more than one person simultaneously. I hope I'm saying that right. With the informed consent of all involved. So, what I've been seeing is people bringing up or replaying old videos that has been put out here to social media about Kevin Wesley's poly relationship. From my understanding, a poly relationship is a relationship that all parties are aware and are agreeing to be in a relationship with each other. And when I say with each other, that means with each other. All. Everybody has a relationship. Whether it's 3 people, whether it's 4 people, whether it's 6, everybody is agreeing to be in those relationships with each other. Hey, Sage Hips, beautiful. What's going on? Hey, Miss Sandra, how you been? So, if, just say for instance, let me use myself. Just say for instance, if I was to get into a poly relationship, it of course be probably with a man and a woman, or it would be with 2 men, or I would just say a man and a woman, because some guys, they ain't rocking like that, right? But I definitely would have to be a person that would be physically attracted to the woman that is going to be in that poly relationship, because guess what? We're all going to be in the relationship. So, what Kevin has is not necessarily a poly relationship. Let me break that down for you. He is not in a poly relationship. You know why? Because from the videos that's been played, body language, facial expressions, someone is not agreeing to be in that poly relationship. I also, when I used to follow Kevin, I watched one of his videos to where he broke down the day in the life of his poly relationship, on how he sleeps with one wife for a certain amount of hours, wakes up, goes to the other wife's bed, and then gets up in the morning from that bed, and then have the wife fix breakfast, and then the side chick or side piece or baby mama or whoever she wants to be called, because she's not a wife without paper, how she does lunch and maybe dinner, or they do dinner together, something like that, right? Hey, Nook the Book, how you doing, bro? What's going on? Okay. A poly relationship is when everybody is in agreement to be in the relationship together. The man, the woman, and the woman. Meaning they all are going to share the same things, the same responsibilities, the same bed. That means they share the same bed. So what we see here is not that these people are sharing too much of anything. I can even say they're not even sharing the responsibilities, because from what I see, Jamie, which is the wife, does most of the bulk of the work. Let me just say that. And this is my thing. I just got through watching my cousin's video, which was dynamite, because she always hit it on the head. And so does Amora. And so does Sean. And so does Callie. All these people, especially Callie, has had a personal relationship with Kevin, right? But because, and then you go into a poly relationship sometime, and I'm not going to say this is how you go into a poly relationship. I'm just going to say either you're a couple and you add a person to the relationship. Y'all listen now. Either you're a couple and you add a person to the relationship, and that person is agreeing to be with you within your couple, within you being in a couple relationship. That person is agreeing, like, yes, I can be with both of you guys equally in this relationship. Let's just make it a tribe, a tribal situation. You don't call a tribal situation. A tribal situation is not a situation to where you have two people on opposite ends. Now, if they want to continue or call themselves sister wives, that could be different. Now, if they're continuing saying they're poly, they're not living in poly. They're living kind of in sister wives mode, right? And let me tell you the difference of sister wives. I'm going to look that up too. Let's look that up. Yeah, I don't need to do the side by side because my cousin and Amore and them, they do all that for me, so I don't have to do it. Let's see. Okay, sister wives. The definition. Let's look at the definition of sister wives. Shall we? The definition. Okay, now it says here, in a polyamorous relationship, a sister wife is a woman who shares a husband with one or more other women. One or more other women. The term emphasizes a sense of kindship or kinship amongst the co-wives. Even though they are not necessarily biological sisters, it's commonly used to describe the dynamic within polygamous families, particularly in context of groups like Fundamentalist Church Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So sister wives would be considered something more of, okay, we share the same husband, but we don't share the same space with each other. We just share the man. We don't share the responsibility within that, because I have my own responsibility with him, and then you have your own responsibility of him. Hey, we probably don't even stay in the same house. You know what I'm saying? We're just sister wives because we share the same man. Right? So it says it is using poly, but with sister wives, it's a little different. It's a little different because sister wives don't share the responsibility with each other. Sister wives don't even have to say or stay in the same house, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Look, okay, you said they're living in order for me to come back home to you, I need to bring my girlfriend too. Who said that? Let me see. Oliver. Hey, Sassy D. Hey, Elijah. What's up, godson? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't consider what Kevin got going on a poly relationship. I will consider it a sister wife situation. You want to know why? Because the more we break this guy videos down, the more he is contradicting himself as far as his relationship is concerned. Yeah. He say he fell back in love with Jamie after 5 years of abandoning her and his children, right? Oh, I just fell back in love with her. And this is my thing. Catch this too, y'all. Catch this. You left her because you told her you wasn't in love. I seen that skit too, which was very real, right? Um, very real skit. I liked it. Okay. You was telling this woman that you were with for 15 years that you didn't love her anymore. You you just fell out of love with her. You left her. You left her and your kids. So you left your responsibility for 5 years to explore or to sow your wild oats or sow your wild peacock. You know what I'm saying? You needed your feathers fluffed a little bit because Jamie wasn't doing it for you, right? But this is my thing. And now let me talk about separation because I have been married before. When you separate from somebody, that gives you time to reflect on the relationship that you have with that person. If it's worth saving, give you guys time to space out, get your mind together to see if this is the person that you really want to be with, right? I'm just saying, ain't that how separations go? Well, let me separate from my husband for sec because I had a separation from my husband. We separate, we see where we want to be. Nah, how did he do that? Fall back in love. Bruh. And this is my brother from school. He said, how did he do that? Fall back in love. Exactly, bruh. If you fall out of love with someone or you need to take a separation from your wife or your husband, you're supposed to take that separation to figure out if that is the person you genuinely want to be with. You know, I'm always going to have a learning video. It's always going to be a little learning, but I guess it's a little messy because I'm mentioning Kevin, right? And his wife and his baby mama, right? But then all of a sudden, you're out for the 5 years. You meet this woman. She's into whatever you're into. She's into whatever you into. Sleeping with dudes, kinky, winky, some stuff that your wife wasn't into, right? Because you wanted the poly situation, because you refused to let Jamie basically sow her wild oats because she didn't sow nothing. You know what I'm saying? She ain't sow nothing. Exactly, bruh. Okay. Kevin just want his cake and ice cream pie and cookies with his nasty. Who said that? Miss Sandra, you said a word. So once you go outside because you was out there, hey, you was having freak offs like Diddy, you was doing all kind of stuff. Are aliens real? That's a good question. I don't know. Are you an alien? Art Kara, are you an alien? You can answer that question. I'll let you answer that question. But check this out. Jamie let you do whatever you was gonna do. Have your freak offs like Diddy. You all at Dwight Howard's house. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what all happened up there. You hear what I'm saying? However, you did that. You met a chick. You like this chick. Because you didn't want to let the chick go, you decided to say, hey, I want to deal in poly, right? You proposition one girl. She said, not a chance. You propositioned another girl. She said, not a chance, right? So because you kept getting rejected because people probably wasn't even on that with you, you say, I know somebody who ain't gonna fight us on this. I know one person who ain't gonna fight us on this, who will go along to get along, who will go along to get along. And we can live happily ever after with this person. She ain't gonna put up no fight. She ain't gonna put up no resistance. You know why? Because she's still in love with me. She's still in love with me. So guess what I can do? Hey, Ray. He said hello from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for coming in. You said you look like Felix from Stray Kids. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Andrea. She said, hey, monkey sister. Hey, Andrea. So you're my sister. You're my monkey sister too? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for answering. No problem. I don't know. I don't see. Oh, Tiff is a mod. Tiff, why you ain't I don't see your mod thing? Tiff, I don't see your mod thing. But let me get back to what I was saying before I get distracted. I know one person who will do it because she's still in love with me. Now, what I'm gonna have to do is kind of ease it in just a tad bit, right? I'm gonna ease it in. I'm just gonna ease it in. Do I know the manifest group? No, I don't know the manifest group. But I'm gonna ease it in with her. I'm pretty sure she'll be accepting. You know what? Because she takes anything that I say and she gonna do anything I want her to do. Pretty much. Because guess what? I left her. Because I ain't really want to be with her. You know, she kind of boring, you know. I needed a little light. You feel me? So, hell, we'll just hang on her every whim. Hey, my Miss Beautiful Glenn. How you been? What you been doing, Miss Glenn? Oh, no problem. You good, cousin. Okay, so hey, Mama 3. Mama 3, I thought you was a mod. I need you to comment after I end this video so I can mod you. Okay? Okay. So, because I have this one person who's going to put up with my bull, right? She'll take anything that I give her. Let me lay this on her and let her know the only way that I'm going to come back to her is if I bring you along. And then we're going to call it poly. Because I basically didn't really look up the definition of poly, because a poly situation is when all parties are in agreement. That means y'all have to sleep together, y'all pay bills together, y'all may cook together. One may cook one day, one all as a family, all as a group. Not I eat breakfast up here and then downstairs I go eat lunch and dinner. That ain't how poly works. Poly is when everybody is attracted to each other and y'all build this union and y'all grow as a tribe. As a tribe. Right? So, because I couldn't get the other two girls to bite, because I believe if one of them girls would have bit, he wouldn't even went back to Jamie. Y'all ever think about that? Did y'all ever think about if one of those other chicks that he asked to be in a poly situation bit on the poly situation? Do you actually think he would have went back to Jamie? Let's be real. Let's be real. He's just in two, Mama 3. He just in two relationships. He just got sister wives. He just got sister wives. He is not in poly. That is not what he's in. Now, cousin broke down just a few minutes ago his videos and body language between the both of them. One chick is really for sure of herself, and the other one lacks self-esteem. You know why that other one lacks self-esteem? Because of the neglect, because of, let me see. You know how people get the rejection. That's what I want to say. The rejection. Because I hate rejection, I'll settle for anything. I don't want to be rejected. Hey, Miss Cut You Off. What's going on, beautiful? He has a mother figure and girlfriend. He has a nurturer and he has a girlfriend. Because I wouldn't consider her more, maybe you would look at it as a mother figure. And Kevin reassured Lacey that Jamie didn't mind him bringing her in. Of course. But I'm pretty sure he had that conversation with his wife, telling her the only way that I'm going to come home is if you agree for us to invite someone in. You know why? Because the reason he left is because he lacked from her. He lacked what he needed from her. So in order for her or him to come back to her, he had to bring in what he was lacking from her. That's what he did. In relationships, people, sometimes we have situations to where you can kind of talk it out and go to counseling and, hey, I'm lacking this in a relationship. I think we need to go to counseling before I go outside of the marriage or leave altogether. He knew that Jamie's confidence level was not where he needed it to be to get on social media. Let's just be real. Her confidence level was not where he needed it to be to take this journey on social media. That's what I wanted to break down. Her confidence level was to a point to where it had already been diminished from him leaving her. Let's just keep it a buck. The lady stayed single 5 years. She didn't get into another relationship. She didn't even be involved. She didn't even have a boyfriend for the 5 years he was gone, which further let me know that she was stuck in a situation with him mentally. That can happen. That can happen. That can well happen. You being stuck in love with someone who doesn't love you back the same way that you love them. That has to be heartbreaking. That has to be hurtful. When you are involved with someone who don't love you the same, it hurts. Hey, Sage Hips. How you doing, baby? I don't know if I spoke to you, but I'm speaking now. But this lady lacked confidence and self-esteem that probably had been diminished by him over the years. She was with him for 15 years. So there is no telling what she went through in that relationship. Now, saving my image is where Lacey comes in at. He looked at Lacey. Okay, sis, I got you. He looked at Lacey as, wow, she's beautiful. Wow, she's charming. She's so outspoken. She's very confident. That's what I need for my image. I'm going to get online. I'm going to wear these turbans. I'm going to steal someone else's identity. And I'm going to have her by my side because I need this confidence to move the crowd, to move my supporters, to move the people. Hey, my beautiful Neo X, how you doing? Hey, tell Queen Ye. I said, hey, Queen Ye, beautiful. You for Queen Ye. So, let me go ahead and get this girl who's gonna bite on my situation for my image. I need an image because right now I'm imageless. I don't even know who I am right now. I don't even know who I am right now. Nook said the fool on his live trying to explain why he called y'all sisters the B word. He a joke. He said he hate us, but usually when people get exposed, they will hate you. They will hate you because the truth is so unbearable. If you just lived in your truth, you wouldn't have to worry about hating anyone, right? Just saying. It's me, Key. Hey, where you been, Miss Key? Where have you been, Miss Key? So, so this girl is going to shape my image for me. She's going to shape my image, y'all. And I'm going to be this big internet sensation. I'm going to call myself a life coach. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll call myself a life coach. I speak very intellectual to these people. I have this pretty girl here with confidence. I can train her into acting like she's a life coach. And she can speak positivity to these people as well. But dang, that's not enough. 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 I need to boost my image a little bit more. I need more supporters. I need to get more supporters. And just saying I'm a life coach and I have this pretty lady on my side, that's not going to be enough because there's too many of that out there. It's too many people out here who are saying that they are life coaches and, doing this and doing that. And, you know what I'm saying? They not, that's not going to shake the tree like I wanted to shake the tree. What can I do? What can I do? Come on, come on. I gotta get my internet presence up. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I can say that I'm in a poly relationship and put it on the internet. And I can get this pretty girl to follow along because I'm already training her. I'm grooming her. I've already groomed her, right? And I've already got somebody in the wings that I've groomed for 15 years. I've groomed her for 15 years. So she'll pretty much do whatever I want her to do. So let me get these two women together and say, hey, we're going to do poly, and this is how it's going to go. Okay? Both of you ladies sit down so I can explain to y'all, motherfuckers, how it's going to go. Okay? Because I'm Kevin, and this is the way it's going to go. Okay? You're going to accept everything that I do for this new chick. Okay? And you're going to be okay with it. You're going to be okay with it. You know why? Because you want me. I don't want you. You want me. You get what I'm saying? You're going to play along or I'm going to leave you again for 5 years. Me and the new chick, we just going to we going to do our thing without you. How you going to like that? You ain't going to be able to get nobody else like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the prettiest thing. I'm the prettiest thing that ever came into your life, Jamie. I'm pretty. My mama and them, everybody think that I'm pretty. They say that I'm pretty. So you're not going to get nobody as pretty as me. So you're going to go along. Yeah, you're going to do that. And me, me and the new chick, you know what I'm saying? We're going to live our lives happy and free, footloose and fancy free. Okay? You're still going to cook. You're still going to clean. All those responsibilities that you had before I left, you're going to keep them. You feel what I'm saying? You keep them. Yeah. My new chick, nah, she don't have to do nothing. She don't have to get up early. She don't have to make me no coffee. You gonna do that. You're going to do that. I may get her to make a meal every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Because I left you for her, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't giving me what I needed. You wasn't giving me what I needed. You lack confidence. You lack confidence. I need somebody with some confidence, But what we're going to do is make this money online. Now y'all in or you ain't. Now you've been wanting me. Hey, cousin, what are you doing? Hey, I'm going to call you when I get off. Okay, cuz? I seen that you called me, but I was already in a live. So I'll call you when I get off. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like we're poly, like we all get along and, we share everything. We share the kids. We share the responsibilities. Hey, we even share a bedroom every now and again. Jamie says, all right. I'll do it, Kevin. I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone for another 5 years. So I'm gonna do it, Kevin. I promise. Lacey says, yeah, I do it, but I got some stipulations. My stipulations is I'm not sleeping with her. You will acknowledge me as the other wife because that's what I am. I was with you before you came back to your wife. So I got stipulations. You feel me? So I'm going to have my own room. I don't care if it's the basement. I want my own room. I want my own bed. And I'm not doing no household chores. You got me bent. I'm not helping nobody take care of no kids because I don't have any. So, and I ain't working. You found a way for me to make some money. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me, Kevin? Oh, okay, Lacey. I got you. We gonna run this together. You and I. We're just adding my wife back into it. We're just adding my wife back into it. But it's really about you and I. It's really about you and I, right? Right, Lacey? It's about you and I. But because I have to add her, I gotta act like she's included. I gotta act like she's included. Okay, Captain. Long as she know that, I ain't the one, I ain't the one. She can have all that other stuff, but I ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, Lacey, but I'm gonna have to spend a little time with her too. Yeah, just don't be spending too much time because basically you left her. So I came after her. I don't know who she thinks she is. She just on paper. I'm not. Okay, I understand, Lacey. I understand. I understand. Okay. Long as you understand that. So now we're finna build this image, right? I need everybody to get into character now. When I say lights, camera, action, everybody please know your roles. The roles have reversed. Jamie, I need you to, make sure you keep our camera and stuff on me and Lacey. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that everything is, me and Lacey. When we take the picture, no, you can't get in this picture. This is just me and Lacey's photo shoot right now. We'll do yours at a later date. We'll do yours at a later date, okay? We just gonna do yours at a later date. But I'm trying to create an image, and you're not a part of that image. Mm-mm. Yeah, you're not a part of that image. I need this image for my people, to draw people in, to make people see me, to make people believe what I'm saying to them, to make people think that I'm a polyamorous life coach. Okay, Kevin. I'll go ahead and cook some for the kids and you and Lacey and I'll go ahead and cook and I'm gonna go ahead and clean these bathrooms and stuff and just let me know when you need me. I'll be there. What you need me to say? Just tell me what you need me to say on camera and I'll do it. I'll do it, Kevin. Just let me know what you need me to say and I'll do it. I need you to sit tight. Just sit tight. Just sit over there. I got you in a minute. I got you in a minute. Yeah. All right. So now that I've created this image, everybody see Lacey. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she's beautiful. I love the river. Oh, I love this poly relationship. I love the way you guys get along. But you're betraying it. And, I like everything. Everything looks so rosy and pretty. But in reality, y'all ain't even living a poly relationship. Y'all living as sister wives because she had one part of the house and Jamie had the other part of the house. So y'all not in a poly relationship, but let me throw poly out there. Now one of my wives is a life coach. Quotation. But my first wife, why isn't she a life coach as well? Hmm. Anybody ever wondered that? Anybody ever wondered why he didn't put his main wife in as a life coach as well? Hmm. Hmm. Why isn't Jamie a life coach? She knows a lot about life. She's had kids. She's had a husband or have a husband. She would know a little bit more about life than someone without kids, without a husband, who doesn't even have a husband. But she's a life coach. Hey, Albert, how you doing? Hey, Alicia. Hey, pretty. What's going on, baby? Hmm. I'm just asking a question. If has anybody ever thought about that? Because from my understanding, Lacey calls herself a life coach. Lacey calls herself, good afternoon, Dee. How you doing, beautiful? Lacey calls herself a life coach. I'm pretty sure she got ordained by Kevin. I'm pretty sure she got ordained by Kevin. Okay, so why didn't the wife become a life coach? Since everybody was getting training and life coaching, why didn't Jamie go to that class? She knows a little bit more about life experiences. She could have shared anything, any of her life experience with being a life coach, correct? Hmm. Just something to think about, y'all. Just something to think about. You feel me? That's a strong thing. That's a strong thing. That says a lot. That says an awful lot when you don't even consider to make your wife, a life coach, but you made your girlfriend one. You know why? Because she was never a part of the image. Not really. She just was convenient for the image. Let me say that again. Jamie was never a part of the image that he needed. She just went along with it because she loved Kevin, because she loves Kevin. But she really wasn't supposed to be a part of the image. Look at the women that he asked before Jamie. And I'm not calling Jamie ugly because she's a very beautiful woman. But look at the women. I'm talking about the makeup, the way they sound, the way they talk. Look at the women that he asked before he asked Jamie to be in his poly situation. Hmm, that says a lot. That says a lot. So when you get online and you try to portray yourself or try to fake an image when it's not the true image, guess what it does? I'll let somebody answer it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. When you try to get online and portray an image that's not really you, what happens? It starts to ravel. Your inconsistency, how much younger and prettier than the image. She not ugly, TC. You bring up a good point. Technically, she is the only one qualified to wear the title Neo. She not ugly at all. She not an ugly woman at all. Very beautiful. But she don't know it. It's sad that she doesn't. But, you know, I get it. I get it. I've been a woman who has been mentally abused by men. Yeah. I've been a woman who's been mentally abused by men. Yeah. And it's hot. Let me turn my fan on. But because it probably had been going on for so long, she started to believe that about herself. She lacked self confidence. And he knew that. But this is the thing when it comes to that as well. He knew that his wife lacked self confidence. You know why he knew it? Because he probably put her there. Any man that puts you in a position to make you feel less than, he knows what he's doing. And it's all about the mind control and the manipulation of what I can do to stay above this woman. If I stay above this woman and mind control her and make her think that she's not going to do better than me, then she'll stay put. She'll wait on me as long as I need her to wait on me. Even if I leave her, I'll be able to come back whenever I feel like it because she ain't going nowhere. Because she feel like she can't do better. I instill that in her. I instilled that doubt in her. So because I instilled that doubt in her, I can do whatever I want to. I can come and go as I please. I can bring anybody in here. I can do pretty much anything. As long as I provide for her, she gonna do what I tell her to do. I'm an Iker. I'm an Ike Turner. You gonna do what I tell you. You gonna do what I tell you to do. And that's pretty much how it goes, right? That's really how it goes in a mentally abused relationship. I'm not saying it was physical, but definitely I believe it was mentally. Because for a woman to wait 5 years, not go on one date, not one date. I ain't even trying to see what's out there. Because this dude got me so shook. I'm not trying to see what's out there. I don't care what's out there. I don't want to go on no dates. I want to wait on him to come back to me. Mm-hmm. I want to wait. I want to wait on him to come back to me. And then I'm still going to take him back and accept anything that he brings. Mm-hmm. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, no, I love that man. I love that man with everything in me. I got 3 beautiful children by him. He went to, be somebody's, butler and, you know, pool boy to take care of us. Uh, and I'm gonna stand by that man. He's a good man, Savannah. So I have to put up with his bull. I have to. I have to accept anything that he gives me because he's the only man for me. I love him through and through, and can't nobody tell me different. I'll even shun my family for this man because I married him and I covered myself with him. I'm not going to divorce him. I don't care if he left me and the kids. I don't care if he left us hungry or, not able to fend for ourselves. He went out there to make a better life for us. And the better life was bringing another woman home. This is our way to a better life. So I have to go along with it. Even though I'm a little uncomfortable with it, even though I'm a little uncomfortable with him sharing me and our space and our children space and our home with another woman, I'm going to be okay with it. You said Kevin already mentally abused Jamie for years, and there is no coming back from that. He has her how he wants her to be. Yeah. Well, definitely mentally left, came back, and forced another woman into her life. Hey, Candida. Hey, sis. Yeah, that's what he did. So now that I have to accept everything about him, I guess I'll accept this other girl. We ain't sleeping together though. I mean, I wouldn't mind sleeping with her. I would sleep with her. I would try it. But Lacey's like, "Psh, she ain't my type. You want me to sleep with that? Kevin, you don't lost your mind. You know I am not sleeping with her. Like I said, I want my own room. I'm not doing no dishes. I don't do laundry. And I may cook for you every now and again, but I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. You got me messed up. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? You chose, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was in your inbox or whatever. Hey, Miss Dee Dee. Even though I was in your inbox, you still chose me. That's how I look at it. You chose me. Yeah, I was in your inbox, but you could have chose anybody. You could have chose anybody, but you chose me. So if I'm going to be a part of this, I got some demands. And that's when the demands start coming in. Now, let's talk about this image, shall we? He came out here, said that he had a poly relationship and that him and his wives all get along with each other. They're all love with each other. They love the kids. Everybody gets along. They finish each other's sentences. That's what I heard on one of the videos. After just one day of meeting, we had start finishing each other's sentences. I thought that was funny. No way in hell that they were finishing each other's sentences. It looked like they halfway communicate. Am I correct, y'all? They look like they halfway communicate. I also seen a video one time where it was Jamie's birthday, and he all took them to get Jamie a birthday gift. If anybody's seen that video, let me know. I'm telling you, I used to be a Kevin follower or supporter, I guess. So the reason he hate me, but they were shopping for Jamie for her birthday. And I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Everybody had to go shop for Jamie, right? And if I'm not mistaken, do y'all want to know what everybody's budget was for my wife of 15 years birthday? I'll wait. Whoever seen the video, tell me what everybody's budget was. They look like they don't like each other. Lacey wants to talk. And in a minute, she probably gonna have it. Peacock. In a minute, she probably gonna have it. They had a $20 budget. Was it $20? Girl, because I thought it was $5. I thought it was $5 or $10, but you made me right, cousin. $20. And that was including him. He had a $20 budget. The kids had a $20 budget. And the girlfriend had a $20 budget. They went into Ross or somewhere like that, and they was trying to find her these gifts. Now, you've been my wife for over 10 years, which is a decade. That's over a decade. That's over a decade. That's over a decade old, right? +4 or +5 or somewhere in there. But they had this budget. You said $20. Still, I've been with you for 10 plus years. And you limit now, I don't care about everybody else budget being 20, because this kids or whatever have you, you know what I mean? But your budget as her husband was $20 too. And at this time, you was at the top of your game with the support, with the followers, with the finances, with the money. But your budget for your wife was $20, which further let me believe, right, a scarf and a candle and some incense. When I seen that video, I was like, that's when I started looking at it like, okay, like, yeah, the kids could have did something like that, but as my wife, who's accepting to me bringing in my girlfriend, who's accepting to taking me back after I left her for 5 years with our 3 children, my wife, who has stood by me and accepted me for being the sassy dude that I am, who's welcomed my femininity, who's welcomed me popping and, shaking and shimmering. My wife of 15 years, I'm only going to dedicate $20 to her birthday and have a little dinner. That says a lot. That says a lot about the way you feel about your wife. Now, cousin broke down that video today as far as how he apologized, or he tried to get, not apologize, how he defended his wife versus his girlfriend. And that explained a lot. Because she wasn't a part of my real image and what I wanted to portray to people on social media, I have to give her mediocre, because she wasn't supposed to be a part of the plan in the first place. She was not supposed to be a part of the plan in the first place. Yes, Miss Dee Dee. He gave the budget. He gave them the budget. And he stuck to his budget. His budget too. His budget too. Because she wasn't a part of my plan, I have to basically uh, force her into the plan. So now I have to change everything because I got rejected by these other two girls. So now I have to change the way that I have envisioned my plan to be. I'm just saying. If I'm telling a lie here, please somebody tell me if I'm telling a lie. Did he give that budget for you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said, Sunshine, I had the best time. Okay, they talking in the chat. But my wife was never a part of my plan. When I left her, I was planning on staying gone. But I thought about how to make money on social media. Then I came up with a plan. But because my plan didn't go as planned, I got to find somebody who will go along with the plan. Do I need to repeat that? Because I had a plan and the people that I wanted to go along with the plan did not go along with the plan, I have to find someone to go along with the plan. And that's all that is. So people, images on this social media should be your real image. You should know who you want to be on social media as an individual. If you're faking an image for social media, you're going to crash out. You're going to wreck because it's always going to be people on the internet that's going to critique you, no matter if it's good nor or bad. They're going to critique it. If they follow you, they may see something that they would like to critique, whether it's good or bad. You feel what I'm saying? So you got on social media, you portrayed this image, and now it's getting broke down left and right because people are finding discrepancies in the way that you've been moving. And I'm pretty sure they've been doing it for a while now. And you thought you were going to get away with it. Because why? You say you were a life coach because that was your title before all this. You were a life coach. But not now. Time have I seen a life coach spazzing out about someone critiquing them on the way that they're moving on the internet. That means you're in an identity crisis. That could be it. You could be in an identity crisis. So that's why you had to steal someone's image. That's why you had to probably say that you're in a poly situation when you're really not. You're just having a relationship with two women that you love one and you care about the other. Because I'm not going to dispute that you don't care about your wife, but you don't love her. And that's sad to say. You may love her, but you're not in love with her. So you keep saying, I fell out of love with her, but now we fell back into love. People don't do that. You can fall out of love with someone and still love them, but the love of being in love or the act of being in love with someone, that you just don't fall out of love with someone. I'm just going to say that. So from what I'm looking at, just me on the outside looking in, the love that you had for your wife, you lost it because you got bored with your wife. Let's keep it a buck because I'm a woman. Let's keep it real. You got bored with her. You were still dealing with identity things. Once you left and explored what your identity should be, you still kind of got lost in the sauce. I think this is what I really think. This is just my opinion. And everything that I say is alleged. Okay? This is just my opinion. He love her when it's convenient. He love her. He love her, sunshine, but he's not in love with her. Okay? He's in love with his girlfriend, right? Because she's the image that he needs, right? Because I guess, he lost the weight and, he started wearing these turbans and, he keep his face polished with the airbrushing photos. So he's on, he's looking pretty. He feel like his wife don't fit into that, even though she's naturally beautiful. She don't need a filter. She's just naturally beautiful, right? Hey, keeping it real. But she still didn't fit into my image because she's too soft spoken. She lacks confidence. Mm, I need something a little stronger. Thank you, chocolate mess. I need something just a little bit stronger. Thank you, keeping it real. I needed that. I know you're a mod. I hope I got you as a mod, keeping it real. I think I modded you, but because she's not a part of the image I wanted and portray. We have to work with what we got, y'all. Lacey, we got to work with what we got, and what we got is my wife. I didn't want to do this shit with her again. She's so freaking boring. Dang. She don't know how to speak up. She don't know how to do nothing, man. So it's kind of boring. I always get somebody who gonna do what you say do. But I gotta use it to my advantage. I gotta use it to my advantage. Yes, she doesn't. Right now, I can see it in her eyes. She can pretend that that's not it or whatever, but that's exactly what it is. I've seen it before. I've seen it in myself before as a woman. And no matter how many times they come out here and try to spin it, she's probably in a deep depression because her husband got her out here lying and carrying on to go along with what he's trying to portray. Now that your story is falling apart, Kevin, I just want to tell you one thing. It's time to live in your truth. It's time to live in who you really are as a person, as a man, as whatever you want to consider yourself as. You have to live in your truth. That's the only way people are going to understand who you really are. Because who you really are is not who you are. You may be still confused on what you really want as an individual in a relationship. So now you have your girlfriend out here probably making demands. She probably seen how you were with your kids, seeing that you probably loved your children, because the video I seen, you was like, I will cross that bridge when we get to it. When they asked, were y'all gonna have kids? She said, I don't want kids. I already got 3 kids. So how did y'all end up with a baby? Yeah, I know how y'all ended up with a baby. However, if y'all didn't really want kids, who set that up? Because for someone who say they don't want kids, when they have been protected, I think we went through this with your brother. So people who say they don't want kids ain't gonna slip up and have a child. I think she's seeing your family dynamic with your children, not your wife, just your children. Because if she's seeing your family dynamic with your wife, then she probably wouldn't even be in the picture today. If you really was into your wife, she wouldn't be in the picture today. Hey, Sonia, how you doing, beautiful? She wouldn't be in the picture today. She's seeing your family dynamic with your children. She's seeing probably how hands-on you were with your children. And now here comes another demand. Yeah, I know I had my set demands for you, Kevin. And I said what I said and I meant what I meant. However, I want a baby now. I want a baby by you that's going to solidify everything. And on top of that, I need a contractual agreement. Or I'm walking. I ain't got to take this. I can walk. She the only one stuck to you. I can walk. So either give me a baby, put me on a contract so I can have a contractual agreement with you saying that I'm your other wife, or I'm walking. I'm just playing it out in my head. I could be, I'm ad-libbing right now. I'm story timing right now. I'm story timing behind the Kevin Gates. I'm story timing. I'm just betraying that this is probably what went on, but it is what it is. Either, hey, vet, how you doing? Either you gonna give me that or I'm walking. Cause I only went along with this, but I see, once we got back to the crib and shit, once we got back into your house and with your family, you know what I'm saying? You start acting a little shifty. So either I'm walking or you gonna give me what I want. You gonna give me this baby. We're gonna keep trying until I have it. Hands off. We're gonna keep trying until I have this baby. Once again, I ain't doing no dishes. I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the pillow princess. I wanna be, I wanna be treated as such. I don't care how you treat a wife. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me right now. Me. I'm important here. You know what I'm saying? It's me. So either give me my baby or and my contract, or I walk and mess up your whole image. The image you're trying to portray online. The image you want everybody to think that you're living. The image that you're trying to portray. I'll mess that whole thing up for you, Kevin, if you don't give me what I want. I'll even tell them what happened at the White House. For real. Okay, Lacey. Calm down, Lacey. I got you, Lacey. I got you. Let me drop this fake contract and, I type it up on the computer and, you know, and, I'll buy a ring and we'll go to a little setting and we can put it all on film so people will see that I proposed to you too. And I told you I really don't want more children, but I guess I mean, if that's the only reason, I mean, if that's the only way you will stay, because I got to keep my image. I got to keep that. I'll go ahead. We can try, but I have problems in that area. I have problems in that area, so it may take a while. It may take a while for me to give you that baby because I have problems in that area. I have to be spooned by people first. So you may have to do a lot of spooning in order for me to give you this baby. As I ain't good down there. I ain't good. If you not nevertheless, I don't want to talk about that part of my life. I'll try. I'll try, Lacey. Yeah, you better, cause I ain't going for that love. You know, I'm not going for that love. I mean, that's a problem within yourself, love. You need to figure that out. You need to figure that out, Kevin. Because I have to get what I want. You brought me into this. You know what I mean? This is what you wanted. But you know what? We can blame it on the wife and say she wanted it. And that will help our image as well. Yeah, we can do that too. However, make sure that you live up to your agreement. Give me my baby or I'm out. And that's just it. So to keep up the image. Hey, my shells. Hey, Miss Anomaly. Beautiful. Where you been, Anomaly? Where you been? I miss your Anomaly. But yeah. So that is what I think. And this is just me playing a story in my head. It could be a false story. It could be alleged. Everything is alleged. Everything that I say is alleged. This is just story time. Maybe it could be a fairy tale story. Or what y'all think? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story I just told. So, Evan, this is my last thing to you. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. And stop going by image. That's not you. Be who you are genuinely. Live in your truth. Be the man that you are supposed to be. Not who you want people to think that you are. It never works. It never works. It'll boost you up for a minute. But once you realize that you're living in a fake image, it's gonna all fall apart. So just live in your truth. If you don't love your wife the way that a wife should be loved, then let her be happy. And you and your girlfriend be happy. And stop saying that y'all in a poly relationship. Because what you're doing is not poly. It's actually just a sister wife situation or a man who wants an image to feel like or to portray an image that he's in love with two women. And that's just not true. Right? You said great job. It sounds like what could be going on. You're not too far off. That's all I'm saying, look. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because he can't fight every battle sent his way. Jay-Z and Beyonce would never, but he got to prove what he is selling, but nobody is buying it. Let me tell you, only the lost people. Only the lost people, and they're buying it because dislike for other people. That's the only reason. I don't believe they believe it either. I think they're just going with it because of the dislike for other people who's breaking it down. Hey, sis. I would urge you to get out of here. I love you, Toya, but I'm talking about your brother. Let me forewarn you because I don't want people saying she was in our chat. She was in our chat when she was there. And all she did was speak. So Toya, for your safety, you talk to me later. want nobody disturbing the peace that you've built. Okay, Toya? But I'm done anyway. How about that? I'm done. I'm done anyway. But I just want you to live in your truth. Stop holding your wife hostage, because that's what it looked like. Feels like she's hostage right now in a situation she really don't want to be in, something she probably didn't even agree to, but because of the love for you, she agreed to it. Yeah. Because of the love that she has for you, she agreed to it. Right? Let that woman go. Let her be happy and let her live in her truth. I know you been you say I'm big grown, you feel me? You still my little sister though. Yeah, you big grown, but you still little sis. You feel me? OB say, bro, you can stay in here. I don't want Toya in here. I don't want Toya in here. OB, you can stay in here. But let your wife out of that. Let your wife out of that situation. You know she was not a part of your image anyway. She wasn't. You just stuck her in that image because she was the only one that would go along with it. She was the only one that was going to go along with the image that you portrayed. Mm-hmm. So with the real Kevin, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up, because you're not him. You're not him. And because you on here wrecking, crashing, and burning, life coach, that card should be revoked. How can a life coach be on here coaching someone's life and they ain't even got their own life together? Just a food for thought. Okay? Just a food for thought. And I'm out of here, y'all. That's my time. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If y'all have not hit that subscribe button, it doesn't cost a thing. But I'm going to leave that on that note. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. Y'all have a beautiful Wednesday.